Hey, man, hey, let me ask you a question, bro, before we get what did you think about the boy winning the homecoming queen with the dress on?
It's a new day, man. That's what they letting go on now, and it's supposed to be okay. So I guess it's okay. What can I say?
Yeah.
I ain't put no dress on and get into no homecoming competition. Dig? I ain't vote for the dude that did. If I was voting, but at the same time, who am I to tell a dude don't put a dress on? Man,
Right,
I don't
right. Yeah. You think the girl should sue him? Cause he essentially took a girl's spot. I
know.
mean,
Nah,
it's no different.
they not gonna win because we still waiting for the lawsuits about them girls running with those dudes in the
And
track
that's
meets.
what I'm saying. You taking they spots, dog. You can't take the homecoming queen spot. And dude was like a solid dude. He wasn't like no petite dude. He's supposed to be playing ball somewhere. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
he not. No, he not. He's
Yeah.
supposed to be wearing a dress at the dance, cause you tell me all the time that you said it's not that. So I'm going with you on this one. Nah, he's supposed to be wearing a
he
dress at the
said he
dance
said
today.
where he was supposed to be at that
Exactly where
time,
he was
right?
supposed to be that day, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, bro. I hear you, man. But we about to get started with this show. Man, here we go. That's good. Man, welcome back to another episode of the Are We Not Men show. As always, it's me, B, and as always, I got my main man, P, with me. This week, we got a special guest, a returning guest. She goes by the name of Miss Rachel. How you doing, Miss Rachel?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Man,
How you guys?
oh, we doing
Great,
lovely, lovely.
great,
It's
great.
great, great, man. Thank you for being a guest this week, man. We got a great show for you. And I'm gonna jump right into it. No, before we jump into it, I got a question for you, Miss Rachel. This is something I learned from my I got a white friend. He told me about this. Have you ever heard of a skeet walk?
No, what's no?
Okay, before. Do you want to try to attempt the answer, or you just want me to explain it?
You said a skeet
A
walk.
skeet walk. Yes, a skeet walk.
Um, I instantly jumped to like walk of shame kind of thing, but I could be wrong. What's that?
it's it's some new age shit. Like when I thought the same thing when I heard it, but then my buddy explained to me it is where, and it's something new that's going on where young ladies are going to like populated venues, like say like the mall or they go to the airport or the just go somewhere with a lot of people at, right? So what'll
Uh-huh.
happen once they get there, they'll have somebody bust in their face, and then
Mm,
they'll go with the skeet still in their face and walk around the venue so
uh-uh.
everybody can see them. You know what I'm saying? So when my man first told me that, I was like, you bullshitting, dog. Ain't nobody do that shit. Until I Googled it. And then I came to find out that this is like its own little genre of porn. So just beware.
Oh, oh my
Just
God.
beware. That's all I'm saying. That this is shit that's going on with these youngins nowadays, man. Now, back to the show. I just wanted to send out that information to the people that's
No,
watching. You know what I'm
no.
saying? But I think
Okay, so
the last time we had Miss Rachel on, we was discussing kids beating up teachers. But this year, and though there are still kids out here that's trying to attack teachers, this year has a different ring to it. What we starting to see is a lot of the teachers. be fired or suspended for reasons that mostly deal with sexual or gender identity or political affiliation. You know what I'm saying? Over this past week, we had several stories where teachers either were suspended or fired for doing such the same thing. Like we had the incident in what was that, Virginia, where the teacher was fired because he refused to call a trans he or however that shit go. A trans person by the pronoun that she had transitioned to. They fired her.
Nah, that she wanted to be called by.
Yeah, she wanted
Let's
to be
call it.
called.
Let's call it what it
Okay.
is.
All right.
Because a lot of the people ain't transitioned no motherfucking where.
Yeah.
They just like, yeah, I woke up this morning and felt like I was a chick. Matter of fact, I always been a chick, and from now on, call me Parita instead of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
like once again, please don't call me and cuss me out about it because I ain't mad at y'all transsexual. Do what you want to do, but yeah. So
Yes.
I just wanted to make it plain, call it what it is, you know.
Oversimplifying the matter though with the transgender community, but I guess to put it in a nutshell, that's how it goes. But it sounds overly simplified.
Right. I mean, but what are your thoughts, like, when you say, because you look at it, all your life you known this kid to be whatever he was, and then all of a sudden they pop up one day like, I'm not that anymore. And now you have to switch all that you know. Do you think it's one of those things where you just say, fuck it, I'm going to just go with whatever they want to go with? Because you face backlash for that type of stuff nowadays.
That's true. I mean, on the same token, for you to say they wake up overnight and have this decision, and I don't think it's that simple. And
Right.
even as a teacher, even now in elementary school, there'll be times when me and other teachers will converse and we'll be like, he's probably sweet, or she's kind of, that little one's a little rough, a little like, so later on down the line when we hear, oh, well, in high school, he came out that he's gay, or he came out that da-da-da-da. It's not a surprise. It's like we kind of sensed it from a young age. It's just now in society we're trying to make it more accepting, more open for kids to embrace their choice, not even choices, but embrace their differences at a younger age, kind of thing. Instead of going through all the turmoil throughout those growing years and the pain of it all. Like, no, why can't we be more open and accepting to the differences?
So you just say, call them what you want to call them. That's what you say.
Basically, I mean, why would it? I'm not the person really going through it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, how difficult? Why should it be difficult for me to just, okay, I will address you by, you feel like you're a he? That's what makes you feel more comfortable, more accepting of yourself. How, what does that take for me to just say, okay, cool?
Okay.
For me, it's not a big issue.
Fair enough. But what about the protection of teachers, though? Do you think they should be able to just get fired or suspended for not calling a trans kid by what they want to be called? I mean,
fired. I think that's excessive. I think just like there has to be training, there has to be workshops, because we are humans. We are people who have our own mindsets and everything. This teacher grew up however they grew up. They may need some kind of sensitivity training or something along those lines to help prepare them for the changes that our society is going through. That is extreme to just right off the bat go and change this whole person's lifestyle, this whole person's livelihood because they refuse to say he. So right. I don't agree with that.
Okay. And me and you discussed this, P. Like, what do you think the ramifications should be? Like, I mean, he's actually he filed a lawsuit against the school system where he works at. And do you think he has a great chance of winning based on what's occurred?
I think it's wrongful termination. I think it's crazy that they fired him for that. Like she said, if anything, you retrain them. EEOC will tell you can't just fire people, and that's not a fireable offense. He got his own moral thing. They need to retrain him. But how do you fire somebody for that? I personally, I'm not going to call this boy that's looking like a boy a girl either. But I will call him by whatever name they change his name to. As long as his name on the roll is Peter, that's going to be Peter. I don't give a fuck about that other stuff now. If they decide that he wants to change his name to Pretoria, I got no problem calling him Pretoria. But if he's looking like a boy, I'm not going to address him as a female. I'm not feeding into that because I'm not getting into that. And yeah, I understand. People. Yeah, I woke. When I say I woke up, and I didn't mean it like that because the people will tell you, yeah, I've always felt this way, and I understand that, and I'm not against that, and I have no problem with that. But you're addressed by what you look like. If you look like a female, I don't know that you have a penis, and I'm not going to address you as a man. It's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to address you by your name and try to keep it as politically correct as possible. But there's a guy that, this is the last thing I'm going to say, there's a guy a few years ago that transitioned his whole body to look like a snake. Got all his teeth filed down to look like a snake. Got his whole body shaved and tattooed in snake pattern. Right. So when is this man going to come out and say, oh, well, I'm a snake, I need snake man rights? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing about it. There's men, there's women. If you want to have sex with another man as a man, that's your business. You want to have sex with another woman as a woman, that's your business. But as long as you look like a man, I'm going to call you a man. And that's just me. And everybody else can do whatever they want to do.
I'm going to say this.
But even that person, because, I mean, just walking around, there are people who you see, you might question, like, is that a female or is that a male? Not that they're transgender, but they just might have more masculine features, or, you know, there's those paths out there that's like, you just can't tell. But once you're corrected and told, like, no, I identify as a female, or I identify as a male, will you still show refusal to address
I'm going to call her by her name, because I can call Michelle Michelle. I have no problem calling Michelle Michelle. I'm sitting here looking at what's obviously a dude to me in my eyes, from the eyes that I'm not going to call him dude, because there's no need to. It's no need to use that pronoun when I can just use the official word, which is your name. Because I go back to what I've always said, we need to be looking at each other as human beings, not as black people, not as white people, not as males, not as transphobias or whatever the fuck it's called. We need to be human beings. So as a human being, this human being is Jonathan or whatever. That's who that is to me, not Mr. Trans. I don't have time to try to figure it out.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this. You only got 2 years left to think like that, P.
I can think however I want to think forever, B.
Let me finish. Them people is getting more rights by the minute, bro. They becoming more protected and they getting more rights.
I got no problem with that. Let them have their rights.
It's overdue or it's too much, but regardless, they still get more rights. By the end of this time, I got no problem with that. This time next year, you gonna be forced to do that shit because they not.
I'm gonna be forced to call buried. They cannot force me to call you a female. They can force me to call you by your name.
But see, that's because I'm gonna be me. You know? I'm not transitioning though. But if I were,
I'm gonna call you by the name you transitioning to. I'm not going to call you female. Well, see, you're missing my point.
Right.
There's no need for me to ever have to use that gender identification because I'm not identifying you. Right. It's not for me to identify you. Okay. I need to know who you are. If you say you're Christina, then that's who you are. But for me to say you're a male or female, that's not up to me. That's your business, and I'm not even going to get into it.
But say one day I eventually transition, and I want to say, okay.
Can you get that to her for me? Like, you can't, like, do you have to use that person's name all the time? Like, what are you gonna?
I will. I will never be like he. If I don't believe that's a he, I'm gonna say Christina.
Hey,
I'm gonna say Tom every single time because I got no problem saying, "Come here, Tom."
But
come here, Tom.
I'm telling you where you have flaws, and because what's going to happen is not the fact that you could say and you could think what you want to think. The problem is going to be that people are going to be able to file suit against you for thinking
not for
like
using their name. Because see, they don't know what I think. That's where you get me wrong. I'm not accusing these people of anything, but fuck what they do. All I'm saying is Perry is not going to call you that pronoun when I don't have to ever use it. You have a name. Barry is your name. I don't have to ever call you a boy. I don't have to ever call you a girl. I don't have to ever call you he or she. You're Barry. And as long as I call you Barry, you don't have a lawsuit against me.
And then if I change it to Barina,
I'm going to call you Barina because you told me, look, I've legally changed my name to Barina. I'm Barina. I will call you Barina every single time. I would never address you as he, she, or it.
Okay, I can dig that.
Because it's just no need to. Like, why use that pronoun when I don't have to? When you are Barina, I'll call you
using
Barina.
pronouns for everybody? Are you treating everybody equally in your class? No, but there are no pronoun usage. There's no pronouns being used by you, or is it just that particular?
In my class, Barina is the Barina, and everybody else is the pronoun that they identify themselves with. If you're he and she, then that's John, that's Bob, and they go into the boys' bathroom. I got the girls going to the girls' bathroom. I got Parina going wherever Parina wants to go because obviously we've said that Parina has the right to go to where she wants to go. So why even put her on the spot when Parina? Everybody knows Parina's going to wherever she want to go. Let's let her go. Right. Why even make it a big deal? I don't think we should be making it a big deal because if they're human beings, let them be human beings.
Let me ask you a question, Rachel. At what age or what grade do they start teaching pronouns? And do you think that's something we get away from with the transitions and the transgenders and everything? Do you think we just say fuck it and we squash using pronouns going forward?
So now you put me in a weird spot because as open as I'm saying I am to everything, and like in kindergarten they're working on pronouns and all that, but no, I don't think we get away from pronouns. That part's just, that baffles me. I know even my recent experience with it was a counselor bringing it up in the school last school year, and not that we know of any cases, but she was just like, I greet my students, hey, good morning, guys and girls. Right. We shouldn't do that because what if the child doesn't identify as a guy or doesn't identify as a girl? And then I was just like, well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. It just, that feels too far for me personally to take away the pronoun. It's just that, yeah. But who knows? Talk to me in a few years. But right now, like, no, that's,
you got to think too. We come into an era where, you know, people aren't identifying as anything. You're gender neutral nowadays. So whatever. I mean, and the more you learn about it, it's like, okay, it's some way deeper thinking than I'm used to, but it's the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? So now, like you say, you're gonna have to cross that bridge in a couple years because now it's starting to gain more popularity where people are like, I'm not associating my child with anything. You know what I'm saying? And sexuality as a whole has boomed. It's like the Big Bang has taken over. It's so many different sexuality what you call that, preferences that I mean it's crazy nowadays. I mean,
what are you gonna call the lizard man when he walks in with his whole body tattooed as the snake and his teeth like fangs, and he wants to be the lizard? Is he the lizard man?
If it ain't a name yet, they gonna come up with one. Trust me.
And that's all bullshit. That man's name's Chuck, and I'm gonna call him Chuck. You understand that?
But see,
I ain't got time to figure out nobody's gender identity. It don't make a difference to me anyway.
But Chuck feel like he is snake, so he's
Chuck can be a snake. I don't have a problem with that. But Chuck can be Chuck in my world. Cause I'm talking to Chuck as Chuck, not calling Chuck Snake. But it's not no motherfucker Snake Chuck. You Chuck.
If Chuck is on the ground slithering around and he's like, I'm a snake, you better call his ass a snake.
I'm gonna call him Chuck.
Cause you're gonna be like, I'm taking you to court and I'm suing you for everything.
And I'm gonna say I called him Chuck. His name's Chuck, ain't it? I'm gonna say, Your Honor, his name's Chuck, ain't it?
Nah,
okay, I called him Chuck. Okay, what's his name now?
But his name is Snake Man. You better
okay, then that's Snake Man. But I ain't gonna identify his gender because it got nothing to do with that.
It has everything. All that shit is one and the same nowadays.
Nah, man. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. All of it's one and the same. Why can't we be human beings, dog? Why do I gotta keep coming on here identifying my race? Why do I gotta keep coming on here identifying my gender?
Hey, what
you know what I'm saying? In Russia, people are Russians.
Right.
That's just it. They Russians.
America. This is America. Okay?
Yeah, it's full of shit.
And people ain't shit. And that's why. But hey, let me ask you, what y'all think about old girl that lied about getting her hair cut? Or so they say she lied. I think they cut her a check for real. What you think?
Oh, you think?
Yeah. I think
I don't know. That one, I didn't think of it like that. I was thinking that maybe she just going through some awkward things. I do believe there's probably some bullying, teasing going on, and maybe she's just not comfortable with herself. I think she might have cut her locks herself and then got caught up in a lie, like didn't want to admit to grandma easier to just blame these boys, and she didn't realize it would kind of snowball into what it did.
Right.
But that was just what I started thinking was, but I could be wrong. But I think she should put an end to it way sooner than she did.
Yeah. Hey, what say you, P? What you thought?
Nothing. I ain't nothing to think about it because I until they say what happened, I don't have an opinion on it. All I can say is that if it's messed up because it just makes it harder for people that stuff like that really happen to,
Right.
and that's unfortunate. So her motives or her reason for making up the story, I can't even infer as to what that may be. I think it's messed up because it happens to people, and now I got to prove my case even harder because of whatever reason she's going through. Whatever, it's fucked up. That's what I think about it.
But I know you the champion for anti-bullying. You know what I'm saying? You
Anti-bullying champion, dog.
Yeah, you stay on that, man. Fuck bullying shit. But when you think about the situation, is this is cause and effect, or I mean, because I believe she got bullied somewhere.
I believe she got bullied somewhere down too.
Yeah, so
there was probably some bullying going on somewhere because why'd she single out these particular kids? Right. If they're not bullying her, they're bullying somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I believe. I'm with you. I believe there's some bullying somewhere down the line. Either way, that doesn't justify the false stories. You mess up a lot of people's lives with false stories. It's no better than back in the day when white women used to say these black people raped them and stuff like that. It's no better than that because I always tell you I'm a champion for humanity. I'm not a champion for black people. I'm not a champion for white people. I'm a champion for humanity. And until people start looking at each other as human beings, we'll never get anywhere.
I think you that's wishful thinking, brother. We don't think on that level. I think we passed those days where we think about our fellow man. Everything is attention seeking shit nowadays. You know, people that do it's all about self. You know what I mean? So what can I get from it rather than how can we all benefit from it? So until we and it'll take another 100 years to get back to thinking on that type of scale that you talking about.
But you know what? That's not the scale I want. I'm not.
What do you want?
Thinking of it in a sense of I want you caring for me in a way that's financially gaining or anything of all I want you to do is look at me as a human. Right. When you go to do something to me, look at me as a human instead of looking at me as a nigga. Look at me as a human instead of looking at me as a man. When you decide to say anything or make an action or make a law, or think of us as human beings. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for anything else.
Right. All right. And let me ask you something, Miss Rachel. As you in today's, I mean, you deal with kids and shit. So, what do you think? Do you see a difference in how kids interact with one another? As far is it more of a selfish thing, or do they still play together? You know what I mean, or is it more self-centered when you look at it?
Oh, with my experience, the younger ones, it's still the traditional, the same old playing with each other.
Okay.
It's not self-centered. I mean, even this year, the group that I have, they're even more warm towards one another than what I've seen in the past, which I love. I don't see the drama and things like that, but not to say there haven't been years in the past where kids have been more geared towards the drama. I can't even begin to third grade kids dealing with porn, watching porn, or kids fighting over just nonsense and on social media already. Again, third grade, but this year so far so good. I see kids being kids.
Man, that's good, man. So hopefully the trend continues, and but we're about to get to our favorite part of the week, which is. Let me ask you, Miss Rachel, do you know what PAS stands for? You don't have to say it. What'd you say? You ain't got to say it. I just want to know.
Yes. No, I know what it stands for. People ain't.
All right, there you go. Let me. I'm gonna let P finish. What does PAS stand for?
People ain't shit.
Yes, sir. And our PAS winner for the week is this young it.
What's his name? You gotta call him by his name.
Look, you gotta call him by his name, right?
Call him by his name. Call him by his name. That's the only way to
His
stay neutral.
his name is well, her name. I
Nah,
guess
don't
she
her. It's no her. It's what's
it
the
is
name? What's the name? Labrisha.
Labrisha Sexton. And as you can see, Miss Sexton was caught up this week for posting a video of her lifting and smoking her baby. Now, why you would do such a thing, I don't know, but she did it. She posted it to social media uh, where she was smoking the J while she's working out with the kid. And this was a newborn. I mean, if you look at it, it was an infant. So it wasn't too long ago that she pushed them out. Um, but shortly after she posted it, the police came and knocked at her door, right? And they locked her ass up, which is good for them. You know what I'm saying? And I guess while she was getting arrested, she was like, shit, I ain't want the damn baby anyway. So, I mean, which is sad. And that's what makes you the PAS winner this week because there are too many options available that if you don't want to have a kid, you don't have to have a kid. You understand? There are even if you go through with the pregnancy, there are still alternatives to you taking care of this baby. Just go take it to a safety place. You know what I'm saying? Take it to a firehouse. Take it to a hospital. Take it anywhere. But for you to smoke, I mean, and okay, weed will have an effect on an infant. You know what I'm saying? But if the child grows up to smoke weed, then that's the child's choice. But you shouldn't expose your infant to marijuana at such a young age. And for that young lady, you ain't shit. Um, I hope you. I hope they sterilize your ass, or
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, until you ready to have babies and make decent decisions about what to do with them children. Because this child, if she would have stayed in your care, she would have grown up to be an ain't shit motherfucker too. So it's just the reality of it. Man, what say you, P?
I said 1,000 times, B. Nobody should be allowed to have children until they take a test and pass the class. Anything else that's important, you have to have a license for. You need a license to practice medicine. You need a license to practice law. You need
Right.
a license to drive a car. You need a license to fly a plane. You need a license to be an accountant. All these things you need a license for, but we let any fool with genitalia have a
Yes.
child, and that's all I got to say about it.
And let me add this too, man. The person that impregnated her, you deserve a piece of this PAS moment too, because you should have known better than to shoot a hot one up in her. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure this wasn't the first time you knew she wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? And you still chose to go through with leaving it in. You should have pulled out, or you should have did whatever you had to do. We got to do better job of mating selection. You just cannot keep having babies with whoever. You know what I'm saying? Because we are talking about the future here. And every time you shoot a hot one up in the ain't shit motherfucker, you stand a 50-50 chance of making another ain't shit motherfucker. So it's
Let me tell
just
you something, B. You're
what's
totally
that?
wrong.
You
You're
don't think
totally
so?
wrong. You know
50-50.
why?
Why
You
you
know
say
why?
that? Why?
Because people ain't shit in general.
Nah.
So you always got a 50-50 chance of putting because people change. Just like you thought
I
she was the
disagree.
one. You thought she was so great. You knew it was something, but you didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? People ain't shit. Somebody can pull
Dog.
that people ain't shit card out of nowhere.
Dog.
You know what I'm
Look.
saying? You can have a perfect person all of a sudden. People change, man. People
Look.
do what they want to do.
Let me
People.
say
This
this.
is the biggest kicker, and I'm gonna let you have it.
Okay.
People put on masks.
Right.
People show you what they want you to see
True.
until it's time for them to uncover and be who they truly are. Now, if you're not the person that have that blessed, you've not been blessed with that mental discerning when you can't, then you fall right in line with it. Because at the heart and nature of every human being is self-preservation, and you ain't shit.
Right. But let me tell you this, man. You knew she wasn't shit soon as you seen her with this wig on. Cause you knew she wasn't shit because she looked like she wasn't shit with that wig. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say, and I disagree with you. People don't change unless they face with their own mortality. Now, the only time you gonna change is if you about to die, and then all of a sudden you get religious and all that shit. If you're not faced with death, you're not changing because people ain't shit. All right.
No,
And what you
I
got to
disagree.
say?
I disagree. She meant the reason why he couldn't see that she was a piece of shit is because he was probably, a piece of shit too.
I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm telling you.
And so he probably couldn't care less about what was happening with this child in the first place. So
Right.
there's that. But I think people can change, people can grow and evolve, and that's something that I hold on to help me get through this crazy world, is that hope that people can change and evolve.
But key word.
People can change, and people do evolve, Miss Rachel. I'm with you 100%. The
People.
problem of the matter is people rarely change, and it's because in order to change, you have to feel that you've done something wrong. You have to feel that whatever it is that's going on isn't correct. Because if you're doing it right, then why would you change? So people's minds have to be convicted of the fact that whatever it is they're doing isn't right, and most people can't see past. Most people can't see past
And I'm
it
gonna say
because
this.
everybody's right in their own eyes,
Right. What y'all said, keyword is hope. Alright? You hope people gonna change, but they don't because they ain't shit unless they about to die. And that's the key word is hope. Alright? We not talking on no Obama level, you know what I'm saying? People don't change unless they about to die. And then all of a sudden it's this onset of, oh, I gotta get right. You know what I'm saying? But I respect the person that's like, when they faced with death, that's like, fuck it, let's go. But I want to thank you, Miss Rachel, for coming on to the show again. Thank you for being a guest, as always.
Yeah, people don't change, ain't shit.
It ain't, man. But, man, as always, man, like we say, man, don't smoke around your babies, especially your infants, man. Stop posting that shit to social media, and respect
Stop
them
being
people.
stupid.
Yeah, and respect them people that's going through that transition. You know what I'm saying?
People, if you're out there watching this video, respect yourselves. Start looking at humanity as what they are. They bleed, we feel pain, we feel love, we're loved, we love. We're human beings. We're not it, we're not she, we're not he. We're just human beings. Try to love yourself. Learn not to be so stupid. Stop doing stuff that's stupid. You can change if you want to change, but you have to recognize that there are some things that need to be changed. If you
no,
don't
you can't.
recognize that, you'll never be able to change. You have the power within you to do anything you want to do. You get up this morning, you did what you wanted to do. You can do it. Your mind controls your body. So learn how to change your mind and control your body in the right way that you want to go, and you'll be a better
Let's
person.
thank let's thank Pete for that teachable moment, man. Thank you. That was real inspirational, brother. All right. So until the next time we see y'all, man, y'all know what it is. Don't be stupid, and peace. Later.